Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to do the line-by-line meaning and analysis of Act 1, Scene 5 of the play Macbeth by William Shakespeare. So grab your virtual seats and let's get started. In this scene, we see Lady Macbeth reading a letter which has been sent to her by her husband Macbeth, and the letter tells us about the meeting that Macbeth had with the three witches and their prophecies. Now, on reading the letter, she feels that Macbeth must kill King Duncan to fulfill the prophecy of the witches. And after a brief conversation between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, they decide to kill King Duncan. So Act 1, Scene 5 begins where enter Macbeth's wife alone with a letter. Now this is the letter that has been sent to her by her husband Macbeth. She reads that they met in the day of success, that is the success of the battle that Banquo and Macbeth had, got victory in, and I have learned by the Perfectus report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. That is, they over here refers to the witches. Macbeth is claiming that the witches have more knowledge than human beings like you and me could have. When I burned in desire to question them further, when he wanted to further question them about what future had in store for him, the three witches vanished into the air, and then immediately after they vanished into the air, the messengers came from the king and conferred the title of the Thane of Cawdor on me, which had been predicted by the three witches. Now, on seeing this, Macbeth feels very thrilled and he has been very happy that, the prophecy of the witches has come true. And only the third prophecy still remains unfulfilled, that is, the chances of Macbeth becoming the next king to the throne and not his friend Banquo. At this time, Lady Macbeth says that you already have the title of being the Thane of Glamis and the Thane of Cawdor as you are promised, but you have also been promised that you will become the King of Scotland. But Lady Macbeth fears that Macbeth's nature is too gentle, it is full of kindness. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition. The fact is that Macbeth, yes, desires to be the king, so therefore there is ambition in him. But what he lacks is the illness. The illness should attend it. That is, he lacks the wickedness, the cruelty, the plotting and planning that is required for a person to become the king. And he says that he wants that his ambitions should be fulfilled in a fair manner, and therefore Macbeth, being full of human kindness, will never ever adopt unfair means. Yet, if someone else comes and does something in an unfair manner and gives Macbeth the title of, suppose the example in this case of the Thane of Cawdor, he will not deny it, but he lacks that courage to do something wrong. Therefore, Lady Macbeth says, "Hie thee hither," that is, come here in a hurry, so that Lady Macbeth can encourage Macbeth, and by giving advice to Macbeth, she will drive away all the fears that are there inherent in Macbeth, so that he can gain the crown and the good fortune that lies with it, as has been promised by the supernatural creatures like the witches. Now at this time, a messenger enters, to whom Lady Macbeth asks, "What is your tidings? That is, what is the news that you have brought for me?" The messenger says that the king comes here tonight. So the messenger is saying that the news that I have is that King Duncan is going to come here tonight. Lady Macbeth then says that, "I think you are mad. You are telling me first about the arrival of King Duncan, but is not your master, that is not Macbeth also supposed to come, and we need to make preparations? So why are you missing out on giving me the important information first?" At this, the messenger says that, "As you say, it is actually true. Our Thane is coming, that is Macbeth definitely is coming. There is one fellow who came at a greater speed than Macbeth to deliver the news that yes, Macbeth will also be coming, and I'm sorry that I was not able to give you the correct information in the very beginning, but that person who came with such speed, he is really tired." To this, Lady Macbeth says that he has brought great news, good news, so therefore give the messenger rest and care. And after this, the messenger exits. Now at this time, Lady Macbeth gives one of the most important and ever remembered speeches in the play. She says the raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan. She's saying that the raven himself is announcing the deadly entrance of Duncan. That is, when Duncan comes over here, it's going to be a lot of danger that accompanies, or there will be a lot of danger over here. And then she says, "Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the top, full of direst cruelty." So she's saying, she's calling out to the evil spirits, the cruel spirits who often control or tend to moral thoughts, that's the thoughts of human beings, mortal thoughts. And she says, "Unsex me here," that is all the qualities of being a woman, take those away from me so that I am never going to fall weak to my idea. Fill me from top to bottom of my body, fill me with utmost cruelty, make my blood thick so that the thought of pity, sympathy does not arise in me. And in this manner, what is going to happen? She will be propelled further to fulfill her purpose of carrying out the execution of King Duncan. She says, "Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall. All the milk that I have within me of being a human, make it poison, make me very poisonous, evil, cruel." And she's constantly telling this to the evil spirits so that there is no scope for any kind of mistake. Then she calls out to the dark night and says that make the night more darker so that in the dark hours of the night she can take the sharp knife that no one will be able to see, and she is going to put that knife through King Duncan and kill King Duncan in the darkness of the night when the crime will be committed and no one will get to know about the evil actions that have been done by Lady Macbeth. Now at this time, Macbeth enters and Lady Macbeth greets Macbeth saying, "Great Glamis, worthy Corder, but there's something worthier, greater than these two titles awaiting, that you shall be called King hereafter. The letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present." That is, she has already started thinking about what should be the future course of the events, and she is not worried about the present now. And she says, "And I feel now the future in the instant." That is, she's saying that she wants quickly the future to come and the title of the King of Scotland be conferred upon Macbeth. To this, Macbeth says, "My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight." So he just repeats the same information once again, that yes, Duncan is coming here tonight. To this, Lady Macbeth says, "And when goes hence?" That is, when is he going to go away from here? So Macbeth says that tomorrow, as he proposes. That is, Duncan has proposed that he is going to stay here for the night and he is going to go back to his own house tomorrow. Now to this, Lady Macbeth says, "Oh, never shall sun that morrow see." That is, she's saying that yes, Duncan is going to come here tonight, but he will never leave from here. He will not be able to see the sun rising tomorrow morning. And then she says, "Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters." She's saying that correct the expressions on your face because people can understand what's going on your mind by the look of your face. To beguile the time, look like the time. That is, now just to cheat on time and to cheat on the thought process of other people who will be present here, cheat on them by putting on an appearance even though you don't want to. That is, look like the innocent flower, be but the serpent under it. That is, put on the best innocent look on your face, but don't forget the serpent like cruel evil intentions that you have of the fact that King Duncan is coming over here. He that's coming must be provided for. That is, she says that let us give a good welcome to King Duncan, let us give him good food to eat and good place to see in, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch. That is, what I have planned for tonight, let it be under my control. You don't need to worry about it, and very soon you will see that you will be getting the sole control, the complete absolute control over this kingdom. Macbeth then says, "We will speak further." So Macbeth says that yes, we will talk more in details about this later. To this, Lady Macbeth says, "Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me." She's saying that do not show any signs of being scared or nervous about anything. Look very clear, look very clean, and have a very innocent face, a genuine expression of welcoming King Duncan, and all the rest of the things that have to be done to carry out the execution of King Duncan, let that be my responsibility. And after saying this, they exit from the scene. Now, having looked at the line by line analysis of Act 1, Scene 5, let us quickly discuss the themes that come out in this scene. The first and foremost being ambition. In this scene, we see Lady Macbeth's ambitious nature. Immediately on reading the letter and learning about the prophecy of the witches, she sees it as an opportunity to fulfill her own desires for power and royalty. She is determined to manipulate Macbeth to commit the regicide, that is the killing of King Duncan, so that they both can become the king and queen, right? The next is manipulation and control. Lady Macbeth's manipulation and control over her husband is a central theme in this scene. She questions Macbeth's masculinity, that is his identity of being a man, and uses emotional manipulation, emotional blackmailing to push him towards her plan of murder. Three important aspects or themes that we can see in Act 1, Scene 4 are ambition. That is, the scene introduces the theme of ambition and what could be the consequences of it. We already know how Macbeth's ambition has been fueled by the prophecies of the witches, and how that will be enacted in the play is evident in this scene. Next, the element of supernatural which is there throughout the play from the beginning till the end in the form of witches' prophecies. Even though witches do not come here as characters in Act 1, Scene 4, yet their appearance, their presence is still felt in how they exert influence on the mind of Macbeth. And third is appearance versus reality. Duncan's comment on the mind's construction in face underscores or highlights the theme of appearance versus reality, suggesting that the characters may hide their true intentions behind a facade, behind their face. What they show may not be true. This was true in the case of the former Thane of Cawdor, which is why he has been executed, and this will also be true as the play progresses in the character of Macbeth itself. Another thing that comes out is gender roles and masculinity. We see Lady Macbeth's desire to be unsexed. She wants to become ruthless, which reflects how the play explores the idea of gender roles. See, she associates cruelty and determination with masculinity, indicating a belief that these qualities are essential and important for achieving power. Next, we have been seeing from Act 1 itself how supernatural has constantly playing an important role throughout the scenes. And now here we see that the witches' prophecies, they play a significant role in driving the ambition and action of the characters here. And lastly, we see the moral conflict and that sense of guilt that arises in Macbeth, because he knows that he is not doing something which is right, yet he is concerned about it and he hesitates about the idea of the murder of King Duncan. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.